What's up, YouTube? It's 2019 now, so I think I have to do another My Small Vinyl Collection update. Now, my vinyl collection has gotten a lot bigger since last year. I haven't shown off my equipment yet. I still have my Audio Technica AT LP60 USB. I just put a new needle on it for the first time in a year. And I also have a Technics as well, which I listen to here and there. It's more of a nostalgic thing. It sounds really good, but to be honest, it really floats a little light. I need to figure out how to adjust the to adjust the tracking force. So without further ado, let's get into it. My vinyl collection. I haven't figured out actually where I'm going to put this yet, but hey, we're doing it. Still got a cold, so pardon me. All right, let's get into it. My vinyl collection 2019. If you see my last video, slightly different than last time. So started off with my favorite album, my go-to-bed album, Coldplay, Parachutes. I think it's 180 gram Parlophone. I did get a copy of this, and it was really bad. It crackled and popped. It crackles and pops. Everything I have actually crackles and pops. Well, most of them. More on the Technics than the Audio Technica. This album, the new one that I got after the old one, I got a replacement. Sounds amazing. My favorite album. I listen to it before bed every single night. That's record number one. Number two, still got it. Ed Sheeran. I don't know which album this is or what it's called, but it has the A-Team, Drunk, etc. Really good album. It's also orange. So, I don't know. I cleaned it last night and listened to it. It sounded great as it did before. There's the tracking list. So that's album number two, I guess. I haven't really counted them. I don't know. I kind of lost track. I just got so into it, especially since I've been able to afford like new albums all the time. One I really wanted since I was a kid, I think. When I was a kid, I was really into Johnny Rivers, and I went to Lafayette, Indiana, and went to this record store they have, and I found Johnny Rivers for like $10. I was like, wow. So I bought that. So it's the 20 greatest hits. It's I think it's a 1970 something pressing. Sounds great. It wasn't worn out. It has somebody's name on it, JP, whatever that is. It's got Memphis, Mountain of Love, Cupid, Seventh Son, Under Your Spell, It's Secret Agent Man, Poor Side of Town. Pretty much every Johnny Rivers song you could want. I always love Johnny Rivers. I don't know why, but it smells like a basement. It's an old record. It's a thin record, and the thin records in the old days sound good. Nowadays, everything's got to be 180 gram or whatever. All right, next I got Triumph, record number 3. Triumph. I guess I don't really know much about Triumph except for this is Progressions of Power. It's a really good album. It's got I Live for the Weekend. It's more of an 80s rock thing. It's really good. It sounds really good. It's another thin record that smells like a basement. My neighbor gave me this, and I've had it for probably almost a year. I think when I got the Audio Technica, neighbor gave me this, and I actually like this album a lot. I don't know why, but there's the tracking list. Other than that, good album. I enjoy it. Sounds good. Doesn't crackle pop. Nothing. Sounds pretty awesome. Next one. This is the thing about vinyl is like you remember where you got it and when you bought it and what you paid for it. I bought Jerry Lee Lewis Hall of Fame Volume 1. This is a 60s record. It's probably I think this is one of the oldest records I have. It's on Smash. Basically, this album was created by Jerry Lee Lewis. You know, if you've seen the movie, this album was basically he had a contract with the record label Smash, and he had to create a certain amount of albums with his contract. So he just made up this album. It's just country covers. It's a good album. It sounds really good. Another one that is a thin record. Smells extremely old. I bought this at an antique shop for like $5. It wasn't even opened. I think I opened it myself. Yeah, that's why it sounds so good. Clean. Good record. The most expensive album that I have is, yeah, by far, I paid a lot for this, and I hate to admit it. I don't know if it was the Daft Punk trend that was going on or whatever, but I paid like $130 for it. It was out of stock forever. I finally found it, and I had the money at the time, so I bought it. Starboy. This is a gotta have record for me anyway. It's The Weeknd. It's probably, yeah, it's this definitely the most expensive of my bought, but it's really good. It sounds great. The bass is amazing, especially on an Audio Technica overhead Technics. It just sounds so good, and it's got it's red, it's clear, it's see through, and it just sounds amazing. I don't think it's 180 gram. Nothing. It's just a normal album. It's just fantastic. The tracking list right here, but if I had a black light, I'm imagining that this thing would just light up. So this is the most expensive album I have. One of the better sounding albums I have. Really good bass. I take really good care of this album. Not a scratch on it, which is funny because it's one of the few albums that I really take care of because I spent a lot of money on it. All right, so that's, I lost track already. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's album number 5. Number 6 was Beach Boys' Pet Sound. I think everybody has to have this on vinyl, period. I've ordered on Amazon, and then now it's in stock at our Walmart. Our Walmart actually sells vinyl, and there's a few things there that I bought, but I don't buy stuff there often because half the stuff I already have, or it's just not something I want. But Pet Sounds, I don't know what there is to say about this album. I think this one is, this one's 180 gram for sure. Sounds good. It's the Beach Boys. This is probably one of the best albums ever made, in a lot of people's opinion. It sounds good, but gotta have Pet Sounds. Had to go in my library. Alright, so the next one I have is Chris Stapleton. I don't know what the name of this album is, but it has Broken Halos on it and etc. Stapleton, I've been listening to him since he was in the Steel Drivers. I want to say that's 180 gram, I'm not sure, but good album. Listen to that often. Tracking list is right there. You'll pause the video for that. And then, I think that was actually just Chris Stapleton. I think it's a self-titled album. Alright, then the next album I have is Traveler by Chris Stapleton. This one has Traveler, Fire Away, Tennessee Whiskey. Basically the Tennessee Whiskey album. This is definitely 180 gram vinyl. It's a Mercury record. And it's a 2-disc. And the tracking list. Another good album. So it's just since I drive a semi, I guess. Traveler is a really good song. And then this is one my dad gave me. Lionel Richie. I think we listened to it once. I don't really care for it. Nothing special. Next album I bought was John Mayer, Room for Squares. This is not anything fancy. I don't remember what I paid for it, $20 or $30. And I bought it brand new on Amazon. But it's like I think it's like his debut album. It's the one with Why Georgia and Your Body's Wonderland. And the tracking list is right here. The thing about this is, it sounds good, but it's not 180 gram. It's just standard vinyl. And it sounds good, and I like it. And I love John Mayer. I plan on getting several more of his, Counting Crows, etc. Next album is Elvis. This is number 1. This is definitely a 200 gram, I think, vinyl. It's or whatever. It's heavier than a 180. It's got pretty much everything you ever want. I bought this for Dad, and he loves it. He listens to it a lot. It sounds really good. It's Elvis, and it's a really thick vinyl. It pretty much is like the weight of a 78 RPM vinyl. It's just ridiculous. But Elvis, number 1, 30 number 1 hits. This I paid like $30 or $40 for this for Dad, and he loves it. And he doesn't listen to it often, but when he does, he's got a beer in his hand. Then we got the Bee Gees. My dad gave me this as well. He found also with the other one. Don't listen to it. We think we listened to it once. We didn't care for it. It's just in the collection. Another one I have never listened to still is The Carpenters. Dad got this as well. Haven't listened to it. Nothing on there really. I don't know. Nothing on there really appeals to me. And then Dad got this as well, the freebie. Spirituals. Don't listen to it. Don't care. Never played it. Never listened to it. Then I also used to have this album, the original copy, which was really worn out, but I used to listen to it all the time on a junk record player. But another one, I don't even have to explain it, but it's a single album. It's 180 gram, thicker than shit. It's basically a reproduction of the original. You already know what it is, and it has posters and everything with it. So I might hang those on the wall someday. And then I still have Foo Fighters, Greatest Hits, which isn't specifically their greatest hits, but it's another great album. This one sounds really good. I did scratch it a bit, so it does have some clicks. It sucks, but it sounds good. Next. Damn. This is when you know you got an addiction to vinyl. Best of Old Crow Medicine Show. This is Old Crow. I love them. They're the ones who actually wrote the song Wagon Wheel. And then it was covered by the guy from Hootie and the Blowfish, Darius Rucker. So there's the track list. This one is special because it's got all the good stuff on it, Wagon Wheel, all my favorite songs. And it has a really nice 180 gram vinyl, which sounds amazing. But it also comes with this 45. It's got 2 unreleased songs on it, Heart Up in the Sky and Black Haired Quebeckies or whatever. And it's on a red 45. Love it. Listen to that once in a while. Sounds good on the radio technical. And then I got Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Gold. What's there to say about it? It's not 180 gram. It's just a standard vinyl, but it sounds great. I bought that for my nephew because he loves Bruno Mars, or loved Bruno Mars. Now he doesn't, but still a good album to have. It just got some good bass, and it sounds great. Then one of the first albums I ever bought was Soulja Strength to Survive. I bought this on Amazon. It's amazing. It's Soulja. I love Soulja. I love reggae. I love especially American reggae anymore. But really good album. It is definitely 180 gram. Or no, it's not. It's a standard vinyl on both. It's got double discs. Really good. It's got really nice pictures. Love that album. Listen to it constantly. Then I bought Revolution Peace of Mind Acoustic, which is, I think I got it on Amazon for like 10 or 12 bucks or something. It was super cheap. It's definitely 180 grams or more. It's thick. It's acoustic, all acoustic. Sounds amazing. It pops. It just sounds so, I don't know how to explain it. It just sounds so natural on the turntable. And then what my collection wouldn't be complete without Sam Cooke. I hate Sam Cooke. I've been a Sam Cooke fan since I was a kid. I remember my dad listened to Sam Cooke, and I remember hearing him on the radio on the oldie station. This is his greatest hits from 51 to 64. And the funny thing about it is I've had this album for several months, and then I just found out the other day that Sam Cooke died in 64. He got shot at a hotel. I did not know that, but Sam Cooke has some amazing stuff. I love it, and I always will. Big, thick vinyl on that one. And then I bought 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole, and it's still in the plastic, I think it's for 20 bucks for some dude who it was used, and it's a double album. It's got pictures. It's just really nice, and they're 180 gram vinyl, really good. Explicit lyrics on it too as well. It just bangs. It's really good. Their bass album. And then I bought, my girlfriend got this for me. Johnny Cash Greatest Hits. She found it at Goodwill for like 99 cents. It's really worn out, but it's good. And the songs sound pretty good on it anyway. Actually, I don't think I've listened to it on the Audio Technica. I should probably do that. Probably won't crackle and pop as much, but I'm going to give that a shot. And then last but not least, my most recent purchase was the one I wanted for, I don't even remember how long. Sublime. Period. And this is the 2016 Gasoline Alley remake that was supervised by Miguel, I think it was, or whatever. Yeah. Oh, by Paul Arian and Dave Kahn. Yeah. This is the new release. It's remastered. This fucking thing. This is my. I only paid like $30 for this, but it's incredible. It's got really thick vinyl. This is probably the best sounding album that I have right now. It's just thick. It's clean. I can take care of it. This one is the shit. Like literally the tits. But other than that, I do have two more. That's it. I got The Mamas and the Papas, California Dreaming, which sounds really good. It's 45, and then I got another 45, which is I paid $1.99 for this. Actually, I paid $1.99 for both of these each. So this one that I got here is the Everly Brothers, Bird Dog. This album must have been in a jukebox somewhere because this fucker's completely worn out. But other than that, that's my 2019 vinyl collection, and it took me over 16 minutes to explain it all. But that's so far, and I've got at least another 20 or 30 albums that I'm going to purchase this year. So that's the 2019 vinyl update, my small vinyl collection. I hope you enjoyed.